Hey guys, Josh here from Sportitude Running. It's shoe review time, and today we're going to be taking a deep dive look at the Saucony Triumph 21 and having a discussion about where it's come from with the Triumph 20. Now, we here at Sportitude Running are expecting big things with the 21 because it was a very successful shoe last year through 2022 and the front half of 2023. Now, in today's review, we're going to go through all the significant details of a running shoe, talk about the outsole, the midsole, the upper, talk to you about the changes that Saucony have made with the new version and discuss all the things that you need to know to, who knows, potentially make this your next daily trainer. Now, with this shoe in mind, it is a neutral shoe. It's a high mileage shoe. It's a workhorse, so it's designed to spend plenty of hours out in the road and obviously targeting that foot type that doesn't need or have a reliance on medial support. So it is specifically talking to that neutral to mildly supinated foot type. Now, I need to put my hand up and say I am a mild pronator and I really do enjoy the Saucony Triumph, especially the 20, and I've enjoyed my few runs in the 21, that's for sure. So there you have it. Let's get stuck in today's review and we'll get chatting all things Saucony Triumph 21. Okay, let's get stuck into today's comparison with regards to 21 to 20. I want to look at the outsole first. Now, the reason I want to do that is because, as you can see there at home or in your office or on the bus, wherever you are watching this review right now, you can see that the outsole is exactly the same. And now that is a very good thing because the outsole was one of the best features of the Triumph 20. Now, the reason I say that is it's not often that an outsole you can outperform or outlast the midsole in today's running shoe markets. Because with that in mind, there's a lot of different technologies with midsoles, but we found that the outsole was so durable, it protected the midsole very, very well last year in the Saucony Triumph 20. And being the fact that they've used the exact same compound of rubber, the same amount of flex grooves, the same positioning on the 21, we are going to expect the same outcome with the performance of that outsole, which is a great thing. Jumping the midsole, coming to the upper, pretty significant change here from Saucony. We've gone from an engineered mesh to a flat knit construction with regards to the 21. Now, looking at the shoe to the naked eye, there's not a whole heap of change, to be completely honest, and you wouldn't expect a lot. With the brand changing subtle things in outsole, midsole or upper, they really don't want to recreate the wheel too much, and I'm saying that tongue-in-cheek because a lot of brands sometimes put a bit too much effort in regards to what they change. But Saucony know they've got a good product and they don't want to alter it too much. What the flat knit construction has done is it's provided a little bit more strength across from your first metatarsal, your big toe, right through to your fifth metatarsal, your fifth toe through here. So it's a good thing because that's where a lot of that upper gets a lot of force and stretch as you toe off. As you bend through to that forefoot, you really want that upper to be nice and stable, nice and sound and strong, but still execute breathability, which is what the 20 was really well known for. With regards to high mileage neutral shoes, breathe incredibly well, and you're going to get the same outcome with the 21, just with a little bit more durability across that toe box. One thing I did find though was in terms of the overall fit, and I'll talk to that right now, is I found the 20 to be a pretty relaxed fit. I have found the 21, and that was a pair that Saucony sent me, to be a little bit shallower through the forefoot. Now, I have a slightly voluminous forefoot, and it's not going to be the case for every single runner out there, but I did jump up half a size in the 21. So I went from a 9 US in the 20, and I am now running in a 9.5 in the 21. However, there are a few team members that we have here at Sportitude Running that have stayed the same size from 20 to 21, mainly due to the fact they have a relatively shallow foot. Now, it's important to know that because if you are looking to jump from 20 to 21 and you're happy to transition over, if you're lucky enough to live near a running shop or come into ours here at Sportitude Running in High Marsh in Adelaide, South Australia, you'll be able to try them on and make sure you get that size right. It's an important part of getting the fit right, and I'd certainly encourage you to go in and try on your Triumph 21s. Coming back to the tongue, very similar to what we expected last year, about the same amount of padding on top of that arch, gusseted construction, so therefore the tongue is attached to the medial side as it is the lateral side, so therefore that saddle component of this upper is nice and solid. Keeps you on top of that platform so you're not slipping and sliding around, which is really important because there is quite a lot of response going on with this midsole, which we'll touch on in a sec. So with a responsive midsole, you want to make sure your foot stays on top of the platform. Coming back to the heel counter, again, not a lot has changed through here. Very similar in regards to the amount of memory foam on offer around that collar, and the same material, which is that soft plush material, which is a great thing because last year this is a very comfortable shoe, and we've executed the same thing here with the Triumph 21. The only little addition, you might be able to pick it up at home, is they had a little elastic sort of pull tab at the back of the 20. It was almost irrelevant because no one really knew it even existed. You could pull that out and help get the shoe on and off, But, good for you, Saucony, for doing that, but I don't think it was, made or break the shoe. However, the 21, we've got a really nice little pull tab at the back. It's a small add-on. It's a 1%er, but I just think it certainly helps the runner get the shoe on and off their foot with a little bit more ease. Okay, jumping to the midsole part of today's review. Now, the great thing about Saucony Triumph is that over the last few years, well, pretty much from the Triumph 17, which is essentially where they re-executed that midsole technology, that TPU compound, which was released and we found very, very successful. And over the last few years now to what we have in front of us being the 21, we've seen subtle improvements in iterations from one season to the next. Now, the big jump for Saucony was obviously going from the 19 to 20, where they increased that heel-to-toe offset by 2 millimeters, and Saucony Triumph or Saucony high-end running shoes were known for years and years and years for being 8 millimeters and less with regards to their heel-to-toe pitch. But going to that 10 mil heel-to-toe offset with the 20, we thought early days with that it was going to maybe work against this shoe, but I must say here, the 20 was such a successful shoe last year, be it 2022 and the front half of 2023. And we are going to expect the same outcome here with the 21, which I've touched on a couple of times. But the midsole compound itself, as I said, it is a TPU base. It's a Power Run Plus foam, which is what Saucony have badged this technology as. The biggest change with 21 from 20 is we have gone up 2 millimeters in overall stack height. Last year we had 35 in the heel, 25 in the forefoot. This year we've got 37 in the heel and 27 in the forefoot. So 2 millimeter increase doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it is in regards to the overall execution of a midsole, and keeping it being the same technology. It should run the same with a little bit more longevity because you're a wee bit higher off the ground. The only thing that may be of concern is by going a little bit higher, we might have to push through the midsole a little bit more to get that engagement, but I'm not too concerned because TPU-based midsoles, be it 2 millimeters in variance, you're going to pretty much compress that quite quickly with entry on your strike pattern, be it heel, midfoot, or forefoot. So I'm not overly concerned, but there is always an element of doubt where brands do make subtle iterations from stack height in regards to increasing or decreasing it, but using the same materials from one season to the next. However, the great thing about the overall comfort of this shoe, I want to talk to one of the best features, which is probably the cheapest part of manufacturing a shoe, is the sock liner. We also have a Power Run Plus sock runner, which is exactly what you want. So the Power Run technology, which is in the midsole, you're getting the same technology in the outsole. Now, not a lot of brands, and I say this with all due respect to a lot of running shoe brands out there, they put a lot of time and effort in pretty much everything here. So outsole, midsole, upper, and they then put in a relatively cheap sock liner. Now, that can quite easily undo a lot of the great work that a brand has spent on executing a high-performing shoe, and this is a high-performing shoe. So having a really comfortable sock liner not only makes the step-in experience much more plush, but it also makes the overall experience of running this shoe significantly better by just providing a slightly softer footbed underneath your foot to then allow the midsole to do everything it needs to do in regards to cushioning, stability, and then response through toe-off as well. So the other thing I'd like to touch on is, yes, we have gone up 2 millimeters, 37 to 27 in the forefoot, but the shoe weight itself is exactly the same. So that's interesting. I think when brands increase the amount of shoe underneath the foot, you would expect the weight of the shoe to go up. However, it is the same weight in 21 as it is in 20 from last season. And the reason they've kept the weight down is because this upper construction is very, very light. That flat knit construction is strong, breathable, but a lighter material which allows the weight to stay the same. So there you have it, guys. That's my take on the 21 and especially where it's come from with regards to the 20. I personally really loved the 20. I think it was a fantastic shoe. It performed really, really well for me. I loved getting out the door and taking myself on my long runs in this shoe. And I've done a few runs in the 21, and I can tell you right now, the outcome is exactly the same. It's a great shoe. Subtle changes with the stack height and the midsole and the upper, but as I touched on, going up half a size was a great move for me, but it may not be the case for everyone else who tries this shoe on. So I do encourage you to go to your specialty store, have a conversation with a team member. If you're coming from 20 and you want to go to the 21, make sure you lace it up and get that size absolutely dialed in. Now, I like to give my subjective opinions on shoes, and that's what I've been doing for a number of years now. But the great validation for me is when our team members downstairs, they have literally got the pick of the shop. So they can walk out, it's like a candy store for them, and grab whatever shoe they like and test out from time to time. But when a team member commits to a shoe and has it in their rotation, I can tell you honestly, hand on heart, around 60% of our team members downstairs here at Sportitude Running have either got it in their rotation right now, be it the Triumph 20 and also the 21, or they have had it in their rotation over the last 12 months. It's a high-performing shoe. It's incredibly comfortable, very balanced, very snappy, very responsive for a mileage shoe. It is going to do exactly what it is pitched to do. It's going to be stable, cushioned, and offer plenty of comfort out on the road for all those miles that you, the running community, will be doing. So there you have it, guys. If you've got any questions, comments, or theories about the 21, please drop it in the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, hit the red button, stay notified, and we will keep pumping out these shoe reviews for you, the running community, all over the world. Thank you very much for tuning in. We appreciate your time. And until next time, stay safe, be kind to one another. Happy running, and we'll see you out the road. Take care.